couple of you sent this to me, and within hours, maybe minutes of it actually happening, and it's all over the internet. And I had to sit down and think of the phrase, the term to describe this guy, and I came up with it. He's a straight faggot. Faggot is not a curse word. It's just what describes Justin Trudeau. I'm sorry for you Canadians. I am so sorry. I mean, for you Canadians that work, those of you in the Western provinces. Man, I don't know what. I mean, I can understand getting upset at Bush. These people were like, "Oh, Bush is a nepotist. He's a cronyist," and then they vote in someone who's even more of a pansy and more spoiled than George Bush Jr. And it's beyond differences in politics. This man has no penis. This man is not a man. This is what happens. Only trust fund money could come up with somebody this soft and pathetic. This sad. Trudeau lectures woman for using mankind instead of people kind. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is again under fire for comments made in a Friday town hall at Nanaimo, British Columbia, where he told the women to stop using the word mankind. Trudeau suggested she uses people kind instead, as if everyone said it that way. The woman was in a town hall to quiz Trudeau about his stubborn insistence that pro-life groups seeking funding from Canada's summer jobs say they will support the federal government's abortion policies. So that's why we came here today, to ask you to look up the policies. Trudeau quickly interjected, saying, "We like to say people kind, not necessarily mankind." I don't have to go into this anymore. This is what happens when you have a confluence of a couple things, but it happened in the Twin Cities of Minneapolis with our former mayor, Betsy Hodges. But when you have a first world country, you have first world problems. Now, there are still major problems. Like if I was the Canadian premier, I'd be thinking, okay, what do we get to get this oil line going again? All right, let's really do something to close the gap between Aboriginals or natives and the Canadian whites. We're going to end this tax transfer from the western provinces to the Pacific East, and we're going down to Newfoundland and we're cracking down on you trailer park boys. Not the TV show, but you guys are like, I fish 3 months out of the year and I collect the government. There'd be a lot of things I'd do. A lot of things that would be beneficial to the Canadian people, all of them. But like a left, and you have to understand, they not only did they come from a first world nation, they came from the top 1% of the first world nation. Betsy Hodges comes from the Waizaze, which is a prestigious suburb, the most rich suburb, I think, in the entire state. And she ran for mayor, and she got it. And Justin Trudeau is basically Canada's leftist George Bush, which I think is hypocritical when you leftists vote in a nepotist. And he has had baby powder put on his ass his entire life. He's never worked a real job. He runs for politics right away. He's got good looks and nice hair. And you women, you got the VTs going on. You leftist women, and you all voted in, like JFK. People voted in him because he's good looking. That's how you girls vote. You don't think. You vote because of VTs. And because these people are in first world countries and they come from the top 1%, they are 1%ers, their identification of problems, or what is real problems, is so skewed and far removed from real working people that you get this crap. I don't think he's faking it. Justin Trudeau actually thinks it's an issue that we have to get rid of the word mankind. You got to get rid of, not mankind, you got to get rid of the man out of mankind. You got to say people kind. People Toba? We're going to have people, we got Manitoba, you got people Toba. And I don't care how great your country is. I don't care how swimmingly things are functioning. There's always more important problems than changing the language because you are an indoctrinated, ideological, automatonic leftist who has not had an independent thought in his entire life. Your religion is leftism. That's it. And you can't think outside of it. It's all you've been steeped in. It's all you've been indoctrinated in because you're a pampered little spoiled straight faggot. You're the straightest. Well, you're a straight but biggest faggot the world has ever seen. I'm not joking. I may have disagreed with Obama, but Obama had not pulled off anywhere near this pussy bullshit. And so here you have the pampered elite classes. They don't want to tackle hard stuff. Look, it's a microcosm, but Betsy Hodges could have addressed the poverty in North Minneapolis, which was predominantly a black community. Now, I know how I would do it, but how did she do it? She didn't. She just paid lip service to it. Said, oh, it's privileged white people and guilty mea culpa, mea culpa. We got to get more diversity. All the talking points, all the promises that you guys keep voting for in the black communities for the Democrats, and you keep getting screwed. You're like Lucy in the football. The black community is Charlie Brown, and the Democrats are Lucy with the football. Hey, I'll let you get wealthy. Hey, if you vote for me, I'll let you get wealthy. And she pulls the ball out from underneath you all the time. Every time. Democrats always do. But you see, in Betsy Hodges' world, the biggest thing was banning plastic bags. And then also having bike lanes. Bike lanes was very important to Betsy. Now, I don't know about you. Okay, again, I'm an evil right-wing conservative libertarian Republican who's a white male. It would seem to me closing the wage gap between groups of people that are at the bottom end of the wage gap, improving their situation would probably be the number one concern, the number one goal if I were to be mayor. It wouldn't be putting in bike paths or banning plastic bags. And Justin Trudeau, his big concern is making sure you're all politically correct, and in a dark, tyrannical, Orwellian way. It's unconsciously Orwellian. He's so smug. He's been inoculated from the real world forever. He's never set his toe into the real world. He thinks the biggest problem is we got to get all the 423 Canadians that live. Was it up to 500? No, I'm kidding. What do you guys have? 30 million or something? You guys have got to stop using the word or the syllable man. That has to be banished from the Canadian language. You have to use people kind. I don't care how small Canada's problems might be compared to, say, Zimbabwe or Trudeau's favorite place, Venezuela. I don't care how petty your problems seem to that. You have bigger problems than the asexual use of the word man in things like the history of man or mankind. And these precious fools with their zer pronouns, you worthless mental cases. That's your premier. That's who you voted in. And he's not a man. He is not a man. He can't be a man. He's never been galvanized. He's never suffered. He's never endured pain or starvation or toil. He's never overcome. I'm not joking. He is the world's biggest pussy. That is the world's biggest pussy you Canadians elected. And you should be ashamed of yourselves. You should be ashamed. Look, if you're going to vote left, can you at least go find some hardworking union type of guy or gal? Can you find a Labor Party, a socialist, who actually has worked a real job? Can you do that? I understand if you're not educated and you got a low IQ, you think that, it's the rich holding us down, and it's the white suits, or no, it's the suits or the white collars holding us blue. I know that simple, childlike mentality, that simplified low IQ, because that's the only you can understand. Fine. There's got to be some kind of smart carpenter, smart electrical union guy, some kind of guy who's on the left, but actually wants to work and make Canada great. But I guess the women of Canada just had too much of a case of the VTs because Pretty Boy Floyd was up there, and you gotta like, oh my God, he just said the right thing, and he's lying to you like Oprah, and you guys voted for it. You soy boys and you VT infected girls, you voted for it, and now you have the world's biggest pussy. If I was Trump and the Chinese started invading Canada, I'd be like, you can invade. We'll let you take Newfoundland, Prince Edward Island, Ontario, and Manitoba. But Saskatchewan, British Columbia, the territories, and Alberta, no, you can't invade. You could take over the leftist parts. And not a thing would be done. Not a thing would be done. Anybody could come over and take over Canada right now, because I bet you Trump would be like, we're going to save those people? Screw you. Screw you. And I know Trump inherited millions from his dad, but at least Trump did something with it. I mean, I guess that's like the controlled, that's the control group. Here's a guy who was given just as many privileges as Justin Trudeau, but he actually made more than millions. And he didn't become a teacher or a dance instructor or whatever the hell Justin Trudeau did. All right, that's it. I just had to read that. I just had to go on my Justin Trudeau tirade because it's so not masculine. It's not a male. And I know you guys are conditioned. It's toxic masculinity. It's masculinity. Male is bad. Male is bad. Okay, all right. See where that gets you. Have fun. Have fun, Eloy. Have fun with that. But that's it for the clear pie. All right, guys, go check your testicles. Make sure you don't get the testicular cancer. Ladies, go get your mammograms done by a professional, not your boyfriend or husband who would volunteer. They are not professionals, and they may love you, but they will not be able to identify breast cancer. So please, go to a doctor, get your breast cancer checked out. And remember, watching people wearing pink or buying pink ribbons does not help predict or screen for breast cancer. You actually have to go in. Matter of fact, you could dispense with the whole pink ribbon thing and just go get a mammogram, and that'd be pretty cool. So, otherwise, tell people, family, friends, loved ones, enemies, and people you are genuinely indifferent about the Clarey Podcast and all my other things. And remember, piss off the guy who got upset that I put together a Patreon account. You can go to patreon.com/Aaron Clarey and sign up to donate $1 or $2 a month. And then when I get $10,000 a month, that guy would be really pissed off. All right, we'll see you guys later.